Hey everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. I have got something gigantic on the table. So this is a company that reached out to me. They're called EK Knives or Eclipse Knives, and they asked me to review this knife if I wanted to, and I said yes. I did not realize how big this knife was going to be. Have we had fun with it? Oh, hell yes. This thing has been an absolute beast. It is so much fun. We've been able to just beat the crap out of things. We were chopping some wood with it. Like I said, we've been doing a lot in the garden. So we've been pulling things out and changing things. And I've been pulling plants out at home. And we've just been chopping the crap out of shit. It's been absolutely wonderful. This is definitely one of those that you can take and chop, and or as our friend Dual Sport Outdoors would say, baton the hell out of something with it. I can hear Therapeutic Edge laughing in there. Okay, again, this is the Eclipse Knives or the EK-180-1. This is $100 is what it is listed for. It has what you're going to call a push-button safety locking system. This is really interesting. So you know sometimes when you're putting things together, two poles, and you stick one pole inside the other and the button pops up and it locks into place. Okay, I know that's like just a kid's kind of example or way to say it. I have to even make sure I'm even on camera with this thing because it's so big. So this button here is what you're going to press down. Now, it's very, very big for me. So you press it down. I don't know if you can see that right there. Let's get closer. If you can see that right there. And when you close it, see that button come around? So that button is actually part of the blade, which I thought was kind of cool. That's really different. Like I said, it is a beast. It's an absolute beast. Now, the thing I thought was interesting is, well, let's keep going on some of this. It does have a deep carry pocket clip, and you can actually take this glass breaker off. I'll show you this. Take the glass breaker off, and if you notice here, this is a flathead pivot. You can use this to unscrew that pivot. I'm not going to do it, but because I don't want to take it apart right now, but you can actually use this to unscrew it. So it kind of is like a little flathead too, for at least for this anyway. I haven't tried it on anything else, but I thought that was kind of a neat little thing. Because the fact that you can take this off and put it back on just using the glass breaker here. This will become, I can get this back on right. Bear with me. Let's see. We're going to do it this way. Get our little glass breaker screwed back in there. Because of the fact that you can take this off, you can change this to be right or left hand carry. It is a deep carry pocket clip. It's going to be a true deep carry if you see that all the way to the end. This is not one that I could stick in my pocket. This is definitely not a waistband one either. Why? Well, because of the weight of it. You do have a little bit of jimping on the back. Do you need it? I don't know. The handle is so big, and let's see if I can get it to go. Yeah, see, it takes a little bit. Now, my husband can open this easier than I can just because he can get his fingers in there easier. You've got finger grooves all along the way, so you can hold it however you wish. My hands are not that big, so I kind of go over them. But for me, having the jimping is kind of huge because the knife is so big and it's so heavy. I really need that. I would not be one to hold it back any further. Actually, you know, I actually did. I lied because when we were in the garden, I was holding it back when I was chopping some things. And the weight of this actually really allowed me to get in there and chop stuff. So that was actually kind of cool. But to do easier things, I'm going to hold it up higher. I'm going to get more of a grip up here on it. So I got to give you guys some measurements on this thing. This just cracks me up. I love it. It's so stupid. It's cool. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. I just mean it's really stupid cool. It is so much fun. This is one, you just have to add this to your collection. I love the lock. I think that's genius. Now, is it fail-safe? That I don't know. from as much as we played with it. And the button is pretty, you know, it's a pretty deep button. So it's popping up. God, I'm going to say about a 1/4 inch. Maybe not quite that much. But it pops up quite a bit. I don't feel like I've got to push it way down in there to get it open. You know, once I get it open, then I can kind of flick it a little bit. But, yeah, this thing is a little bit crazy, but absolutely love it. It's got a D2 blade. It's got Stonewash on there, which is kind of nice. Different. Definitely different. It does run on black washers. And, of course, your handle's going to be G10. Like I said, it does have the glass breaker on it, and it is going to be a tip-up carry. The pocket clip is just steel. It's got fantastic retention. I'll say that. When I did clip it to my waistband in the garden, it was actually on the back because, you know, you're bending over and everything, and it's too hard to have this like on your side. It was just kind of getting in my way anyway. So I was clipping on the back of my waistband. This would be a fantastic car knife too. Let's look at the measurements. Your overall length open is going to be about, well, if we didn't have the glass breaker on there, it'd be about 11 inches. Your handle length, well, let's flip it over this way. Your handle length is going to be about 6.5 inches. About 6.5 if we don't count the glass breaker. I'm not trying not to count the glass breaker in there. All right. And our blade length. This blade length is going to be 4.5 inches with a 4.25 inch cutting edge. That's pretty nuts. That's pretty cool. Weight-wise, let's see what this thing weighs. A lot. A lot. It is so fun, though. This is, you know, I like my knives. I like my knives for the fidget factor. I like my knives for the fun factor. I like my knives to be ridiculous and fun, and this is one of them. This is right there in that category. All right. This is going to be 12.7 ounces. So we're, you know, 4 ounces shy of a pound. That is huge. For grams wise, 361 grams. So that's pretty heavy. But again, if you are chopping stuff up, and I would love to find some bigger branches, you know, I almost wish I had some pictures of some of the stuff we were trying to beat up because it was just fantastic. But it's a workhorse, and it's a workhorse because of the size, and it makes it easier. If we take a look at this next to the Hogue Deca, I mean, it pales in comparison. It's huge. Absolutely huge. If we take a look at it next to the Paramilitary, geez Louise, you can see there, again, this is huge. This is going to be an extra large. Very, very big. If we take a look at it next to the Hogue Ritter, or the Ritter Hogue, whichever way you prefer, again, huge. So I'm interested to see on this one, how is this locking mechanism, how is it going to work? How is it going to last? I feel like because that lock is embedded actually in the knife, and if you look, again, I didn't take this apart because I want to review it, but if you look, you can see the screws, right? So you've got 2 screws holding down, it's kind of a, I don't know what to call that shape. It's a circular with 2 tabs on each side, holding that push button in. So again, when you shut it, that little push button is going to pop right into place. It feels solid. Again, we didn't have any issues with it when we were banging on stuff. It never slipped. It never felt like it was going to slip. I mean, this is just crazy, you guys. It's crazy fun. I love it. This is such a therapeutic edge size knife. He loves this. He's going to do a review on this. But yeah, I kind of want to take this out and chop some things up and just kind of give this button a test. It feels so sturdy to me. It really does. It's a two-hander for me because the knife is so large. But if you hear that, I mean, that button really just, it really locks in place. I'm going to stand up and get this closer to the camera so you can see that. Sorry, as I shake the table. So if I'm pressing this down, you know, you'll see when you open it, it slides around. And it really pops in there. And if I wish I had something smaller that I could put right there in that hole to show you how far it's popping up. I really do feel like this is going to be fairly safe. I'm interested over time. I'm really interested to see how this is going to hold up. I think it's going to do fantastic. I think this is going to be a great camping knife. I was actually kind of joking around saying you don't even need the glass breaker on. You could just bang this thing on the window. You don't need that glass breaker for it. It's fantastic right hand, left hand. Now the liners are kind of funny because they are milled out to make it a little bit lighter, which is a really good thing because I think if it wasn't, we would probably hit that 1 pound mark. Yeah, you guys, this is... So the last 3 knives, which would be the last 2 plus this one, are all ones that were sent to me for review. And I actually, each one of them has something that I really love. And I am not against budget knives. I think everybody needs to have some budget knives in their collection. Not everybody wants to use their really expensive ones. And this would be just a fabulous beater. It's not, definitely not an everyday carry. It's a little too much that, but the other thing I like about the button lock is when you, well, engage and disengage, when you shut it, your blade is not going anywhere. It's locked. It's not going to go. Same thing when you open it. It's not going to go anywhere. So you don't have to worry about opening it up if you drop it. I mean, that button's pretty strong. If you see, I mean, it takes 2 hands for me. My husband can do it with 1, but I cannot. It is very strong for me. I don't know. I definitely think this is something you guys get a chance. Check it out. It is absolutely crazy fun. I've had a blast with it. I can't wait to play around with it a little more, see what else it can do. I think, you know, this one's going to be around for a little while, and we're going to have to do some more things with it just to see what it's capable of. This has been the review of the EK Eclipse knives, or the EK-180-1. If you get a chance, I mean, check it out. It is really crazy fun. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave it down in the comments section. You know I try to answer each and every one of you. If you have any other concerns or whatever about this knife, let me know. Drop it down there, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks.